I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Hey, what's happening? Happy Monday. Good afternoon and welcome. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com, and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Brought to you as always by our friends at Happy State Bank. We're watchable on TV, Fox 34 News Now, YouTube, Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, 950 on your AM dial. Lots of ways to take us in, however you're doing it. So we are glad that you've decided to make us part of your Monday afternoon alongside the one and only Chris Snead. Welcome back. I'm Chois Woodman. Thomas Dye across the way taking care of us. You can also hit us up if you'd like to. Your thoughts, your comments, your questions, hopes, dreams, whatever you got. Bring them all in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 The Score mobile app and at 107thescore.com. You can take that app anywhere with you, even listening out in Toast, North Carolina. How do you like your toast, Chris?
Lightly toasted, actually. I'm not a big, heavy...
Not going for the brown,
no.
Deep brown.
No.
No.
And I'm definitely not over toasted. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about the same way. A little bit of crisp, but not
enough
not
to
too
melt
much.
my butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We're still talking about toast here, right? Okay.
I think so.
We are still creeping closer and closer to football season. Tomorrow,
32 days.
32. That's right. We've got August 30th kickoff around these parts.
32 days, 6 hours. Actually, 32 days, 5 hours, 56 minutes, and 40 seconds right now.
No, but who's counting? Tomorrow will be a big checkpoint for me personally. That's
it's the media day.
Yeah, it's the local media day, but that also means practices start on the other side of it. So then the team's practicing, so it really starts to
talking about practice.
You get the daily, interviews with coaches and stuff. So it really starts to feel like the football season has arrived after tomorrow. So looking forward to getting that box checked, and looking forward to getting to talk to players and coaches tomorrow. We'll be out there on site, so you can listen in right here on 100.7 The Score. We'll have some coaches and players join us and chat it up here in the afternoon. What's good, man?
Nothing, man.
Oh, sorry. Hey, yo, Sneeder.
What's up?
I almost forgot. It's been so long since we've been together.
I have been out of this seat more than I have been in this seat this month, and that's coming to an end. And that's coming to an end. My long travels are long over.
Right, we'll only lose you on Fridays most of the time for travels to Tuscaloosa.
An occasional midweek. I had some board meetings that I have to.
I thought you were going to tell us you got some Thursday night football games or something. I'm like,
there's a
right?
potential. I mean, I'm not going to say anything like that. But as you see, I'm without a beard, and my beard philosophy.
I don't remember your beard
philosophy. If I don't have a beard, that means at some point I have a game on my schedule.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I do remember you saying that.
So that is a new thing. I mean, when I decided I wanted to be a beard culture.
Beard culture.
Yeah, horse name.
Yep, definitely.
When I decided I wanted to adopt beard culture, that became my mantra. I will have a beard as long as I don't have a game on my schedule, on my calendar. I don't have a scheduled game on my calendar, and so
there you go.
That's where I am now.
Beard culture factors in right under Chinese Falcon and Big Girl Floater. So.
I had another one that I sent you a couple, but since it didn't flow into a
On-air conversation. There are so many. We do that in our family now. Or I say we do it. Me, mostly. I'm just like, horse name. As we're at the table or
the
something.
wife has really...
Has she latched on?
She has latched on to horse name. It's all about horse name.
Let's go.
And the 3 that I sent you were ones that she actually said horse name.
Awesome.
And I was like, okay.
Way to go.
So I sent them to you guys.
So we'll talk, obviously, football. There's some coach rankings in the Big 12 floating around. I think
I am so ready for talking season to be over.
I am too.
When we're ranking coaches, and
I think it's hard to do in the Big 12 because it just all depends on your criteria. If it's, hey, these are the guys that I want. If I got to pick, this would be who I pick to coach my team. Right now, is it history based? Because I think Mike Gundy is much different in current coach ranking versus his overall history. I think there's all sorts of things that go in. How tough of a situation were you in? Are you in? So I think it's a difficult thing to do, and you have to really define your criteria if you're going to do it. There's Deion. When's he supposed to talk to the media? Is that today?
That's
this
I
afternoon,
guess today.
Right?
It's supposed to be today at noon.
Well, that's noon
Colorado time?
So yes.
1 o'clock us?
Yeah.
Okay. So Deion's going to talk, and what are you expecting there? Is he resigning?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Jamie indicated that from the indications he received that there was just a good news kind of a thing. So maybe that this is something where, but also potentially that he can't coach from the sideline maybe. He's going to have to...
A box coach?
Yeah.
That'd be weird for him. Like, for him specifically. It's weird for any coach.
It's not great for the Big 12 for...
Visibility?
The TV partners, because, the point of having Deion and Colorado is to get that sideline interview with Deion. And
Don't
have him on the sideline.
They'll be ready in the box to do
I know they'll do
want.
ready in the box, but,
It's not the same, but...
It's not the same. Because, you can't go down and see Deion having those moments with players. You can't see Deion on the sideline. You can't get that instant reaction. I guess you can in the box if you had a camera trained on him. But
which they absolutely will if that's what it came to.
But the problem will be, is he going to be as animated in the box as he would be on the sideline? Or could be even more?
He's smashing windows and iPads. What's going on there?
His press conference is live right now.
Oh, it is live right now. Okay.
Yes.
So
live on what?
I see it on YouTube.
Okay. We'll keep you apprised of any information learned there.
Yeah.
As we've got our headlines coming up here shortly. So the Deion news we're expecting. How about them Rangers? Holy moly.
What have I been saying? They need to string together 8 of 11, 10 of 15, and, you'll get yourself right back in the conversation. And here they are in the conversation.
How about 7 of 8? Actually, 8 of 9 right now.
I love it. And
8 of 9 out of the All-Star break.
And it's not, the A's were in there, but those same A's that you swept went down and swept the first place team.
Not just swept. They outscored them, 35-7 or something?
Yeah.
Like, just crushed them.
They
including one of the best individual games in the history of baseball from a rookie.
Can't get that guy out.
Nick Kurtz. That was pretty amazing over the weekend. Jerry Jones is still saying stupid stuff. We'll get into that. Happy Gilmore, too. Who watched? Not yet? Are you going to?
I probably will, but I went and saw the Fantastic Four yesterday.
Okay. Did you watch Happy Gilmore, too, Thomas?
I did. It was pretty good.
Okay.
I've heard someone say that it was not good at all.
I have seen such mixed reviews. I watched. I'll give my own review. We'll take yours on the chat line. We got headlines coming up next on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Thanks for hanging with us on a Monday. You're listening to The Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. 100.7 The Score mobile app. Powered by a Happy State Bank. Chois Woodman, Chris Snead, Thomas, and intern Logan with you today. Y'all keep hitting us up if you'd like to. Your thoughts, comments, questions, all welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Apparently there was a fake report on Deion Sanders. saying, well, it was my sources tell me he's going to step down.
Your source was wrong.
Apparently sources were wrong.
Why do people do that to be first? And, I guess they figure...
Better be pretty sure on it, but they don't care. There's no repercussions for it, right?
That's because if you hit it, you're the guy that broke it. If you're wrong, everyone clowns you for a second, but then you say, well, my source was wrong, so blah, 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 blah. Ow.
That was me. Touch the mic. Don't touch the mic, Snead. That was me. So, Deion Sanders staying, apparently had bladder cancer and said that has been cured. So, good for him.
Okay. Do you cure it or do you treat it?
They are using the word cured. He has been cured from cancer.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. Treat, because cancer a lot of times comes back. But
I guess you can be cured of cancer.
I suppose so. I guess if the tumor's gone, then which is what this situation was. Yeah. Someone says, I'm picturing Chris with a James Harden beard. Is that accurate, or is that the retirement beard?
No,
I'm trying to look at that, and I'm like,
no, this is
no. I'm like picturing.
I couldn't.
You.
I'm not that kind of Duck Dynasty beard kind of thing. I'm not down with that. I am as you've seen what I wear. I'm a very trim, very tightened up beard.
Snead, do you think you'd be able to referee a banana ball game? It'd be umpiring, but yeah.
I would love to umpire a banana ball game, and they actually
backflip while you call it out.
That dude is athletic. So hey,
the guy behind
they actually use local umpires to do they have 6 umpires in those things, and they'll have the plate guy he's the traveling plate guy.
I thought the first base guy is too, right?
I thought it was only the plate guy. You might be right,
because he's one that does like some crazy flips and does some.
Okay, yeah. But the rest of the umpires are like local guys.
Okay,
and they bring those guys in, and they've got like guys down the line and everything.
That'd be fun.
So it would be fun. It would be a absolute
banana
blast
ball
to do
at Jones Stadium. Let's make it happen. That's the perfect. Whoever came up with that, I think Rob talked about it as the NIL concert or whatever. Your big money.
That would be.
It'd be awesome.
Bomb squad.
You'd get 60,000 people in Jones Stadium for
easily.
It. Yep.
Easily.
Overall chick, horse name. Resident Aggie says Witten was soft with the WFT.
I'm with the Resident Aggie because and I shouldn't go to. I said I wouldn't, but if you go back and you watch the highlights of Jason Witten, other than he gets a lot of run off of getting his helmet ripped off and running down the field without a helmet, but 9 times out of 10. Witten caught the ball and looked for a nice soft place to fall down.
Witten was a smart tight end who was trying to get first downs a lot of times. But I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna go down that road because it's not a winning argument because more people like him, and it's just not a winning argument. You can't win it. So sometimes you have to just punt and just understand you're not gonna win the argument. So he played with a freaking ruptured spleen. Played through it.
Okay,
that's soft. Like, you could say whatever you want about him, but that's a silly thing to say because
that's the thing. I don't want to get it.
Spleen.
Well, I mean,
you gonna play through that? Probably not.
I played through a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I know a lot of guys have played through a lot of stuff, and they told us it was a ruptured spleen. Are we sure it was? They tell us a lot of stuff.
Okay. In his press conference, Deion said he had his bladder removed. I guess no bladder cancer.
Wait a second.
Did he say that? Can you get that removed?
You get your bladder removed? You can
get your gallbladder removed, but
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Have to have a place for that to go?
Well, it's storage for my lack of knowledge, but does that mean he's just going to step over to a bucket 30 times a game?
Is that a bag? Is he going to have a bag with him?
Oh, I hope not. What's that called?
Colostomy bag?
That's what I thought. All right.
Enjoy your lunch.
No, it's just a catheter for the pee. We just lost everybody. Lost them all. Yeah, colostomy is something else. Ugh. All right. And I'm saying, I know some people have to have it, and it's fine.
I guess you can remove your bladder, but you got to have a.
He may have said.
You got to have an outlet.
Said I got my bladder removed, but also it may have been I got my tumor on my bladder removed?
There's got to be a reservoir.
One would think. I'm confused as anybody else, so there's that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right over there?
I'm over here.
His doctor said they built him a new bladder. Look, we're taking everything that y'all are saying on the chat line because we weren't able to
we didn't see it.
Watch the press conference.
They removed his bladder. They built him a new bladder. It's a bionic bladder. Horse name.
Steven says no bladder means a bag. Here's
bionic bladder.
Here's something. My father had his bladder removed in 91. You wear a urostomy bag. So, not quite colostomy, but urostomy. There we go.
Okay.
We're here to learn.
I am. Yes, we are here to learn.
Speaking of learning, we got the
educate me
Texas Tech and Arizona game on in front of us. I learned last week that there's I guess I learned before that, but there's a Big 12 Studios channel. It's basically a Big 12. They just play replays of all Big 12 games.
Where's that at?
You can get it on your Fire Stick or Roku or Apple TV or whatever.
Really?
So it just right now they have Tech and Arizona.
We're watching that, and spoiler alert: Tech is up 7-3 here in the second quarter.
I hope we win this game.
I'm hopeful too. That Micah Hudson kid made a great catch.
He did make a great catch.
I wonder what will happen to that guy. That's got a future. He's got a future here at Tech.
We weren't saying that in December, but
I think this kid's got a future.
What do you expect out of him?
Because I think that kid has been sufficiently humbled. Worst name.
Oh my! Someone put a Chris Harden on the chat line.
Oh wow!
I think you can make it work.
I'm not doing that.
In retirement?
No, not even in retirement.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Sorry.
Do you know how much Just for Men you'll have to put on that thing?
Just adopt the gray.
No, dude. I'm not highly monitored right now, am I?
Who knows?
Oh, I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay, get to sufficiently humbled. Micah Hudson.
I think that the young man was sufficiently humbled last year and in the offseason, and I think that him having come back here and prove his worth, I think he's going to have to do a lot of those things that got him a 5-star rating. And if that works out, that's a free player for Tech. And that's kind
of how I view it.
That's the free transfer portal receiver that you get if this kid pans out.
And he had options to go other places. There's plenty of after the Aggie thing, he had options.
He could have gone somewhere else.
Go take another spot somewhere else. But he elects to take the humility route and go back to Texas Tech and try to make things work where they didn't the first time around.
And as much as I dogged him, I'm giving him the props for doing that.
It is not the easy route.
It is not the easy route.
He did not take the easy road. I think also what was impressive was Coach McGuire at Big 12 Media Days a few weeks ago saying, look, when we talked the next time around, I started off with everything I did wrong. I said, this is where I messed up with you, and this is how we're going to be better. So Joey McGuire talked about the mistakes he made in the relationship. And I think that's how you mend the fences. And hopefully you get to see production this year. Because I think right now, I don't know what Roy Alexander from Incarnate Word's going to give you, but I think Micah Hudson, he probably sits as your 6th receiver right now or 6th pass catcher, but he could vault into the top 3.
If Micah Hudson is your 6th pass receiver and he's productive,
it's deep.
Katie bought a door.
It is the bottom line on 100.7 Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Thanks for hanging with us on a Monday. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. 100.7 The Score mobile app. Chois Woodman, Jamie Lent here in the First United Bank studio. Y'all keep hitting us up if you'd like to. Thoughts, comments, questions. All welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We've got the replay of on Big 12 Studios, so this is like basically the Big 12 channel. But it's they rerun games pretty well the whole time. I think sometimes they'll put on Big 12 Media Days or something like that. So it's basically a Big 12 network. It's an app that you can get on your stuff. But we got the replay currently of Tech and Arizona is what's live on there currently. Football. It's bringing back memories of feelings from this game, which were almost every game last year. And I feel like it's been almost every game in the Joey McGuire era. You've had a few blowouts. A couple on the wrong side against Baylor. Actually, every Baylor game has been kind of a blowout. You've had a handful of blowouts, but it seems like so many of these games in the last 3 years, just you're hanging on every play.
Yeah.
And and I think there's games where absolutely that's a good thing, but I think there's games where you were a superior team and you didn't necessarily put them away.
Two fumbles, right?
In this game?
What I remember about this game is key fumbles.
Taj, right?
From Taj,
yeah.
And key fumbles from their stud receiver.
McMillan had the big one at the very end because they were driving to try to go score and win it.
Yeah.
I think you're up 28-22.
Felt like you had a chance to run and hide, but those turnovers and Taj has been so good taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
He just had one of those games.
Very abnormal for him.
Yeah. And that kept you from, kind of running away from them.
Yeah, it's 18-3 as we're currently watching, and I didn't quite remember it being even that big of a lead for so long, and you kind of kept them at arm's length. This was one of those games. It felt like your defense was absolutely all or nothing last year because this
forced a lot of turnovers in this game.
This was a game where your defense, no doubt, helped you win, pushed you to a victory, and you had a handful of games where the defense was good for you, and then you just had seemingly individual moments. Too many just blow-up moments, implosive moments, where it went the wrong way for the defense. So, I guess, and I've said this before, I think what will tell me if you're truly a better team overall this year is if you're able to separate in some of these games. Mm-hmm. When you're playing lesser competition, don't get me wrong, a win is a win through and through, and you're not going to bring your best. Especially on the road. Yeah, you're not going to bring your best every Saturday. I get that. It's not going to be your A game, but you got to find a way to win. But you need your A game some Saturdays against lesser teams, especially in this league when you get a chance to play one of the 14th or 15th place teams. You need to win those where it's comfortable in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see that a little bit more this season. Because Arizona, I do remember in this game, this was a massive win at the time because we thought pretty highly of Arizona. Yeah. And who knows, maybe you helped bury them a little bit. You never know.
Broke their spirit.
Over the course of a football season, how any one thing or any one game can affect others. But I remember walking away from this win thinking, all right, that's a huge one for you. But because that puts you at 5-1, and then you went into the bye week and then Baylor was on the other side, unfortunately. But nonetheless, I think that's what I would really like to see this season. This one from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Where'd it go? Jonestown was named after the leader, Jim Jones. Okay. Coincidentally, the name of the father of my high school girlfriend. No relation to the cult leader.
That's good.
It was actually Flavored Aid, but Kool-Aid gets the bad rap for it. So it was the off-brand of Kool-Aid. Flavored Aid. Utah has 0 quality receivers, so why would their quarterback be rated so high? Unless they're planning on him running for 1,000 yards this season. I think they are. I legitimately think they're planning on just lining him up behind 2 first-round offensive linemen and letting him go to work. But that still doesn't change when you're in a tight game and you need him to throw for something.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just get him behind the chains on any given possession, or get him playing from behind, where you force them to throw the football, and you feel like in that scenario it won't go well for them.
I'm so curious about that game, and I hate the placement of that game. I hate that you're opening against Utah, because I think they're one of the best teams, one of the better teams in the Big 12. I'll say, not necessarily the best, but it's the upper tier. And I wish you got them at another time of the year, because it's hard to truly judge teams off their performances early in a season compared to later. So it may be a good thing. Maybe you catch them before they're finding a stride, or it might be the other way around. But they're going to have maybe the best offensive line, probably the best offensive line in the Big 12, and you're going to have the best defensive line. So it will be a power matchup there. And hopefully you can get them behind the chains and make some stops to force Devin Dampier into some mistakes. But that's probably one of the more intriguing matchups for sure, as far as the what each team has strength-wise on both sides.
Just one of the more intriguing teams, it feels like.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are picking them high. Not just quarterback, but Utah high, because they're like, last year's a fluke. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. Because Utah played a lot of close games last year, and they ended up on the wrong side. Mm-hmm. But should the loss of one player take you from being the Big 12 champion, or one of the top teams in the Big 12?
To 2-7?
Yeah. To missing a bowl game? It's crazy. Mm-hmm. One player.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, is Devin Dampier a good enough player to elevate you that much?
And if you're going to run him as much as we're talking about, that's taking a big risk.
It is.
Unless you've improved your backup quarterback position too.
I mean, he went 5-7 at New Mexico last year.
12 touchdowns and 12 interceptions.
That's the number that I can't get away from. I can't. Like, no matter how good you are, or how good your prospects are, that's not good. So if people want to say he's got potential to be a top 3 quarterback at the end of the year, okay. Potential's fine. You can say that. But if you want to keep these rankings that keep putting him in the top 3, 4, or 5, you've done nothing, and definitely done nothing at this level. Mm-hmm. The only reason it's almost like Utah's getting a logo bias out of it. I don't know. This one says, that's what I've said this offseason. I don't like our chances of going to Arlington if we play every game close like last year. We had too many tough games on the schedule to go 7-2 in Big 12 play. Keeping good teams in the game late, we need the offense to have that killer mindset and put games away. Yep.
Can't argue with any of that.
Completely agree, yeah. I think it's both offense and defense. You had trouble last year. I mean, the TCU game's the prime example of it.
Putting a team away
on either side.
Yeah.
Because you needed stops down the stretch, and you give up 2 touchdowns, 2 big scores in 5 minutes of game time.
Just made it look easy.
And in a game you felt kind of in control for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got to find a way to get the stops when you need to get the stops, but also bury teams with big plays late. So, I think that all of it holds true. And hopefully you got a kicker that can make some clutch kicks for you. Who knows? Is Kenny Perry going to tell us anything about kickers tomorrow? Well, are we going to believe him?
If he says the same exact thing, I'd be excited.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well last year.
Yeah, because I thought you were pretty good last year.
Yeah, we'll hear from Coach Perry, from Coach McGuire. This will be one of the few chances we've gotten to hear from both coordinators. So I'm definitely interested to hear what Coach Leftwich and Coach Wood will say as well. Lots of different players will be on site tomorrow for Texas Tech Media Day. Right now, got a question of the day. It's coming your way next. It is the bottom line on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Happy to be part of your Monday. Hopefully it's a good one for you and yours. Hanging out with the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Chois Woodman, Jamie Lent, Thomas Dye, all with you here from the First United Bank studio. Jamie, we only have 4 more Saturdays without Texas Tech football. 3 more Saturdays without college football.
Really?
4 more until Texas Tech football has arrived, after we put that one in the rear view. We'll talk some Rangers coming up, as well as Jerry Jones and dumb stuff.
How about we just talk about the Rangers 2 times?
Instead of talking about Jerry Jones? Yeah. I'm actually, that's more joyful for me. So if we're choosing joy, that's probably a good idea.
Always.
But let's go ahead and get to our question first.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Brought to you by someone not named Jamie and presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
All right, Jamie. Thomas, our fine listening audience. We're going to focus in on a football still, but another part of the Big 12. It's pretty simple here. I want you to tell me, who do you think, which retread coach will have more overall success at their new and old gig? Which retread? So we got Scott Frost and we got Rich Rodriguez. Which one, when they are done at those locations, at UCF and West Virginia, which one do you think ends up having more overall success? I'm not speaking to this year specifically, though that factors in, obviously. Because both of those are 2 of the bottom 3 or 4 teams picked in the Big 12 by most. We don't have an official poll this year.
Not at the end of this year, but at the end of their time.
We're talking about the end of their career at those locations. So Rich Rod, theoretically, if they go for a long time, Rich Rod's going to be shorter this time around because Scott Frost is a younger guy. But maybe Scott Frost gets fired before Rich Rod's done. We don't know.
I'm going to say that I think it's Rich Rod because I think West Virginia is going to financially support him better than UCF can Scott Frost.
Okay. Thomas?
I would also say Rich, but just because I think he's proven himself more than Scott, because Scott hasn't really done much, especially at Nebraska, where it's a pretty good football program. Well, was at one point.
Yeah.
But was, yeah.
I like how Thomas used all first names because they're on first name basis.
I mean, they're
with each
chilling.
other.
They're chilling.
I'm cool like that.
Enjoy
I'm
your
cool with
time.
him like that.
Yeah.
I think I actually disagree with y'all. I think Scott Frost will end up having that reunion. And I think part of it is just because of personalities. I don't know that Rich Rod lives as well in this era of college football. And we've seen that where older guys can wash out or choose to leave because they just don't like it as much and don't like the pay for play and don't like how things are. So I think I agree with you. I think West Virginia is going to invest more into the program or be able to invest more into the program. I just think that Rich Rod is a little bit more stubborn, stuck in his ways. I think Scott Frost absolutely. I think the memories of Scott Frost are much more fond than necessarily the memories of Rich Rodriguez in West Virginia. I mean, there were good ones with Rich Rod, but I still think that Scott Frost, and I mean, he's the only coach that really had success at UCF. Right. There's been some others at West Virginia that have had some. So I think Scott Frost will get a fairly long leash, but I also think he'll have some successes there.
Yeah.
I think he did recruit the state of Florida well and decently because there's a lot of leftovers when it comes to the state of Florida. Like, you think about Florida. Florida is one of the 3 or 4 best hotbed recruiting states. Not much question to it. It's Texas, California, and Florida.
Ohio, Florida.
Yep, those are the 4. I think Georgia's getting in that mix too now. But Florida doesn't have near the number of D1 or power schools that Texas has. I mean, I think we got, 13 D1 schools in Texas? Something like that. It's a big number. Florida's got a lot of young schools that are fighting each other.
Sure.
And like your FAUs and your FIUs. And UCF is still a really young school, but they're in the power territory now. So all the runoff from Florida State and Florida and Miami can still end up at UCF in Orlando. So I think there still is quite a bit of opportunity for the Knights to be a lot better than they were last year. But I don't think there's a for sure answer either way. I mean, it is interesting that you get 2 retreads in 1 year.
I just think the West Virginia folks are going to realize they've got to change things a little bit.
I think they have to, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna end up with more support for Rodriguez than Frost is getting financially at UCF.
Yeah. There you go. Y'all can answer that on the Yates Flooring Center chat line if you'd like. Someone says UCF beat Baylor in the Fiesta Bowl with Blake Bortles before Frost. Oh, that's right. Josh Heupel was good there too. My fault. And had an undefeated regular season with Frost players. So they had 2 to 3 successful coaches there besides Frost. My fault. I had forgotten Heupel's success, but Frost was the first to do it, right?
Right.
Okay. This one says the defense lost so many games last year, couldn't cover a sneeze. That's gross. Do you attribute every loss, every regular season loss, or I guess bowl loss to the defense? I mean, you give up 59 points against Baylor. So that one's, I think, fair to blame it on the defense.
Yeah, but how many times did your offense put up decent numbers and then go away for a while?
It happened, yeah.
Ultimately put a lot of pressure on your defense.
Well, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, it's a true question. I don't know. Do you attribute all the losses?
I blame the ACU win on your defense.
Okay. They said there's a lot of losses.
I blame Washington State more on your offense. Your offense.
It felt like your offense could never get going.
It was really.
I don't know. Mateer just carved you up. That one I'd put equal to both. I mean, Mateer was terrible.
Both were terrible.
And without Taj Brooks, he looked pretty lost. Baylor definitely leaned towards the defense. 59 points allowed. Colorado, probably both.
Yeah, TCU both.
TCU's both. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I'm blaming it all on defense for your losses. Arkansas, man, my memory of the game is more offense-based. You gave up 39 points, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to judge a bowl game. It really is, because you got guys that are supposed to be there and not, and you're playing a true freshman quarterback. So I think... Yeah, I think 3 of the 4 losses you had in the regular season, I'd say you attribute to both.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The Baylor game was, you were smashed in the face defensively from the get-go and never recovered. So, yeah, I think that you got to find a way to eliminate big plays this year, but it's an entirely new defensive system, and it's a mostly new defense as a whole, too. So, you got what? Maybe 3 or 4 starters, maybe, returning. So, should feel a little bit different. But I don't think your defense will struggle near as much. It's just, as cliche as it is, you got to play good complementary football. When one is not doing as well, the other's got to pick it up.
Step up, yeah. And you're allowed to set each other up.
That's what that's a big part of the complementary football. But that's, you look at the best teams in the country, the ones that win at the highest level, that's what they do. They excel in big moments on both sides of the ball. Y'all keep chiming in. We'll throw a dad joke or 2 your way. Coming up next, we'll talk some Rangers on the other side of that on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point. but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
On we go to hour number 3. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com, and 100.7 The Score mobile app, powered by Happy State Bank, or watchable on TV, Fox 34 News Now, YouTube, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, however you're taking us in. We are decidedly happy that you've chosen to do so. Alongside Jamie Lentz, I'm Chois Woodman. We got Thomas Dye across the way taking care of us. You can hit us up if you'd like to do so. Your thoughts, comments, questions, all welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 The Score mobile app, which you can take anywhere with you, even listening out in Throop, Pennsylvania.
Throop.
Throop.
Which is different than Troop, Texas.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Lovely place.
You know what their logo is?
The Troop. It's the double T, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
They're the Troop Tigers.
Tigers, yeah.
They use a flat double T.
Them, there used to be that private school in Dallas that Deion coached for. Remember?
Trinity.
Was it Trinity?
Mm-hmm.
They had a double T that was blue, and that was the beveled one. I think there's a couple others that do it. So Texas Rangers have been hot, Jamie.
They have.
You've heard of them.
They have, like 8 of 9 since the break?
8 of 9 since the break. They're the hottest team in baseball post-All-Star break. 6 in a row. As a matter of fact, all 6 games that Josh Young has played in, they've won. So he's also gotten at least a hit in all of those games.
Good.
He definitely seems to have...
Staying within the zone.
Yeah.
He's chasing less.
The issues that he was having before, I won't say are gone, but they have lessened majorly.
Sure. No
pun intended. After he went to the minor leagues. And he's not chasing as much. He's much more patient. And he's driving in runs. So getting hits. It is
giving them a little bit of length in their lineup as they're playing them down there in the 8 hole.
Yep.
Seems to be working well.
The overall offense has all of a sudden decided to come alive after the break. And, this is kind of crazy to say to a Rangers fan about 3 weeks ago, but if the season ended today, you're a playoff team. Sort of. You have a play-in game. There's 2 teams at the bottom of the wild card standings, and that's the Rangers and the Mariners would tie for that 3rd spot, so they would play each other. Both are just a half a game back of Boston and 1.5 back of New York. So it's crazy that you sit here in this position with where the Rangers were not long ago. But it's kind of what we've said this whole time. If you just get some hitting, if you just get guys to...
Because your pitching is so good in the starting rotation.
And that stayed the same. That stayed true the whole time. Even when you've had some injuries, you've had other guys step up and be good in starting pitching. But I think that finally you're getting guys that are... If they just get back to their career averages, we're not asking them to be great. Just guys that... Jock Peterson, who just came back, still hitting 133. No, he's got some time to try to get that average up. But, the Rangers went from 8 games back last week to being just 4 games back of the Astros now.
Yeah.
Because the Astros had a rough weekend against the
and the way the things are going in the wild card, the Red Sox and the Yankees are heading in the opposite direction.
Sure.
So you see the Astros really struggling. They're going, I don't want to say they're going in the opposite direction. They're just going through a tough stretch. But feels like the Rangers have to feel really good about their chances one way or another to get themselves into the playoffs at this point.
So does this make the Rangers buyers? That's the question now. Because we are 3 days away from the...
I guess it just depends on what you're looking for, what's been offered to you. What are you desperate for? I guess maybe some better setup help.
That's pretty well it for me. If you can go get really one bullpen arm is where I would say if you got a legit bullpen arm, someone that's a proven guy, if that's a closer or an eighth inning guy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the Astros will give up Josh Hader.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think they're going to, but if you've heard something that I haven't, I'm in, Jamie.
No, but that's where I would think if you can get some help in the bullpen.
ESPN just put out a list of the top 50 trade deadline candidates right now. Top 50 guys. Currently, the highest relief pitcher on there is Johan Duran of the Twins, but they've only got him at a 30% chance of trade. I don't know. If you could end up,
probably going to have to overpay to get him.
He's a guy that I think I would be just fine with. There's Cade Smith of the Guardians, Griffin Jacks also of the Twins. These are all relief guys that would be just fine if the Rangers went after. Of this top 50 list, there is one Ranger on the list. Could you guess who it would be of being trade bait? He's 26th on there. And they put their chance of trade for him at 50%.
Josh Smith.
I don't think you'd want to trade that away, would you? He's
very versatile, utility player.
3 weeks ago, I'd have said, yeah, this is pretty legit.
Josh Young.
No. Adolis Garcia. Josh Young, I was happy to see wasn't on this list.
I was disappointed when the Yankees traded for a third baseman.
I was wondering, who did they get? I saw it last week.
McMahon from the Rockies.
Okay. Adolis Garcia. 3 weeks ago, again, maybe even 2 weeks ago, you'd be like, okay, that makes sense. You don't have to sell. You don't have to be sellers, but you can get rid of a piece like that. See what you can get out of it. Is his
contract up after this year?
I believe so. Okay, yeah, he was only on a 2-year, like $14 million deal. It wasn't a big deal.
So that makes him attractive.
Yes.
To other teams.
Yeah, he's definitely a rental
player.
Rental and a cheap rental too.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you do? If you're a team that's won 8 out of 9, if you keep winning, does that kind of take him off the table? Do you avoid messing with what you're doing because of the timing of your winning streak?
So who starts in his spot if he's not there?
Josh Smith, I guess, could go outfield every day. He's played a little bit of everything. He's mostly infield, but I don't know. You've got several young guys that you've been rotating through with minor leagues and several of these call-ups that would probably, one of them would probably get a longer stay up.
I also wouldn't be dying to move him just because it feels like he's been so good for you in the postseason.
He's been as clutch of a guy as you've had. I mean, there's no doubt that he's hit some huge, huge home runs and got some big hits and big moments for you. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm with you. Ian, a couple weeks ago, I'd have been like, okay, don't have a problem with it. But because of the timing of your winning streak, I think I'm avoiding it if I'm the Rangers brass and trying to keep things sitting put. We'll see. Trade deadline 3 days away. We'll keep you updated as anything comes down the line. It is the bottom line. Headlines next on 100.7 Score.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.